Okay guys, and we're off. I apologise straight away for my lousy moto vlogging. I'm certainly no Baron von Grumble, and I'm certainly no Royal Jordanian. In fact, just a complete novice. This is Sydney Airport, by the way. You wouldn't know it, but there's planes over there. Anyways, I'm a novice on this bike as well, this CB500R, and it was purely because a couple of years ago I ended up getting my motorbike license, and at the same time I had enough frequent flyer points to take me over to London, and I decided that I'd merge the two together and do a tour around Europe. So if you haven't watched my video already, there's actually a quick little video that tells you how I am doing what I'm doing, and where I'm going. But essentially I'm taking in about 10 countries, picking up a bike, the CB500F that I spoke about earlier, and I'm riding it through to Folkestone in the UK, taking the Eurotunnel, and then up to Calais. It's only a short trip, and then for the next 3 weeks I will be heading around Europe. I'll be vlogging a lot of it, I hope, moto-vlogging a lot of it, and each of the cities that I actually visit, that's pretty impressive. I will also be taking you through some of those city tours as well. Okay, we're off on the road now, and currently I am on the way to Wollongong, which is a coastal town. Today, in fact, I'm heading to a place called Huskisson. It's probably one of my favourite places in New South Wales. It's got dolphins, and hundreds of dolphins. Very coastal. It's in Jervis Bay. You can actually Google it. And so there's a few stops on the way. The first one, if you look at this sign here, is Wollongong, and then Kiama, and then Nowra. So I'll be doing stops at all those places because today is just a practice moto vlog, so just giving it a shot. It's actually the first time, as I said earlier, that I've ever ridden a 500cc motorbike, which is kind of brave for me because I'm about to, as I mentioned earlier, head over to the UK, and in particular through Europe. You can always tell a Harley, can't you? And in any case, as I mentioned earlier, I put a video up that highlights where I'm going. For most of the trip, once I get into France, the plan is to need to speed up a bit here. The plan is to head up to Brussels. I just stay for overnight because I have a friend in Amsterdam I want to catch up with for a couple of days, so I'm driving up there, and then following that over to Hamburg just for one night because I'm on my way to Berlin then. I've got 2 days in Berlin, but I'm kind of looking forward to seeing Hamburg. I've been watching Walter's World and other tourist guides, etc. So many videos on YouTube. I can't imagine there's anyone in the country who has watched more YouTube videos on riding motorbikes through Europe. So my plan is to from Hamburg go to Berlin, spend a couple of days there, and from Berlin I have a look around there and then head down to Prague through Dresden. Yeah, Prague looks fantastic on the YouTube videos. Cannot wait to get there. A couple of days in Prague, and then I'm going down to Vienna. Sorry, Vienna. I've got a couple of days in Vienna again. All of these trips are about 4.5 hours each way. There is a 7-hour trip after Vienna. We'll head down to Venice, and from Venice, a couple of days there, going through Milan, up to Como for a night, just staying the night in Como, and then from Como up to Zurich for a couple of nights. But on the way, what I want to do, let me just move lanes here and speed up a bit. What I want to do is go through the Furka Pass and the Grimsel area, and that's probably where I found my love of this motovlogging, is just looking at Von Grumbel's videos on the Alps and some of the others. Ziad the King, who had also done some videos on the Alps, and I really want to head out there and have a look at that. And after that, it's simply a case of switching a left turn and heading over to Dijon. I want to go to Paris, but I figured I might as well spend overnight in Dijon and then head over to Paris for a couple of nights, and then after that take the bike back. I've actually got to go to Calais, back to London for a few nights. Going to drive around Bath and some other little areas, move lanes again, hang 5. There we go. And then I've got to drop the bike back in West Sussex and then take the train back up to London before I head home back to Sydney. I'm also going to do a bit of a video of the flight from Sydney over through Dubai. I think that'll be interesting, and having a quick look around Dubai Airport and of course Heathrow Airport for those who love plane spotting like I do. Should be fun. Anyhow, a little bit more about today's trip. It's, as I said earlier, it's 2.5 hour, about just under 3 hours actually trip. For me, it's probably going to take a lot longer because I am stopping off along the way, and I'm in absolutely no hurry. I've got this whole bike for the weekend, and I intend to use it to get as much practice as I can. It's just fantastic to ride a bike rather than a scooter. I mean, I've been riding a scooter for 2 years. This is such a ridiculous change for me, you know. If you've ever just ridden a scooter or you're just taken on a bike, this is a Lamb's bike in Australia. This is a beginner's bike, a 500cc CBR 500, and it's beautiful, smooth, very quiet, really cool to drive. I'm really enjoying it. Like, when I first got it yesterday, I just thought this whole idea of me traveling to Europe was crazy, but I can see now that it's really beautiful, and some of the views around you now. I mean, we are heading to the coast, but this is really Australian bushland. These highways were built through the bush, and it's what you can expect when you travel from Sydney down. You know, you can go to Melbourne on this road. It's about 1,100 kilometres from where I am at the moment. About 1,000 kilometres from where I am at the moment. But it's a great way to travel around, you know, if you want to do Australia by motorbike. The roads are good. The traffic's pretty decent. I've got a great day. It's not raining. Lovely, well, it's cloudy, but I don't want to be too hot either, you know. I kind of like, that's quite nice. I love scenery, so I think for me Europe's going to be great. So I really hope you guys subscribe actually and watch these moto vlogs. Anyhow, enough for now. I'll get back to you shortly. Enjoy the view. Okay guys, here's your first view of the day. This is Wollongong in the distance. Obviously a coastal port town. So there you go. I'll be honest with you, apart from the I guess there's not much here, to be honest. Look, it's a great place if you want to just come have a go, a bit of beach, quiet beach, things like that. But it is a port city, and there you go, that's Wollongong, okay? But I will take you to Kiama. I will stop there. It is a brilliant place to go to. So much to see. So my housemate even lives there. When he's not living with me, he's living down in Kiama. So beautiful place. So there we are. There's the freeway that I was on a second ago, and what I'll be getting back onto right now. Some nice mountains. Okay, there you go guys, cheers. Okay, we're back on the road again after that little brief interlude over Wollongong. I wanted to show you this area. I'll try to shut up so you can actually look around, but it's just so beautiful. It's like trees, lots of them. Look, I'll play some music, enjoy. That's so pretty. I love the way the freeway crosses over through the mountains there. I mean, I've got no idea what the landscape in Europe looks like, but you have to know that Australia has some amazing landscapes, beautiful freeways. I can't say the same for the city, but outside the city the freeways are excellent. Okay guys, we're now about 10 kilometers, actually 3 kilometers to Kiama, which is where I wanted to take you. It's a coastal town again. Nowra is 49 kilometers away. That's where we also need to go. We're in Kiama pretty much now. Beautiful mountains in the background there. Trying to show you around as best I can. We've had a bit of rain here recently, and as a result everything is just, well, green. A beautiful part of the world to live is Kiama. Just far enough away from Sydney, but still, for me, one of the most beautiful spots on the New South Wales Australian coastline. Anyone who's ever been down here will agree with me, I'm sure. Here we go. Here's the, I think, yep, there's a turning coming up in a kilometre. So we'll take that turn and we'll head to Kiama. Just want to get past this vehicle with the trailer. Oh, wouldn't you know it? There we go. Anyway, the joys of riding, I guess, just has to happen. Oh, look, I'll come back to you from Kiama. Alright, well that was a very short interlude because it took me less than 10 seconds to actually get to Kiama. And Nowra's further on. I need to get to Nowra to be able to get to Huskisson, which is where I've got an Airbnb for the night. But I wanted to take you for a drive through Kiama. I remember bringing my mother here about, not on the bike, about, I don't know, 4 or 5 years ago. And let me just gear down a bit. There we go. Here's Kiama. I'll try to go really slowly through here. But anyway, I brought my mother through here and she loved Kiama. It's got a big blowhole. What's a blowhole? That's where the ocean meets a natural rock formation and shoots out the water. I think one of the issues I'm having with the GoPro, I'm on a GoPro Hero 5 here, is that it's a bit hard to sort of spin things around a bit. I've affixed it pretty tightly to the front of the helmet, so it's we have to make do with what we got, I suppose. When you're riding a bike, I sort of want to put safety ahead of the GoPro. Here we go. This is Kiama. Oh man, it's such a little town, but it's just like sweet as. I want to take you for a bit of a drive through here. I might even open my helmet. There we go. Might sound a bit different, but we'll see how we go. Just remember, it's my first moto vlog. So here we are in Kiama. (1876), the Masonics, and we'll head to the left here. Bit of a nod. That's one thing I'm seeing, is a lot of nods. I stopped at the lights earlier and a guy had commented on how it looks great, the bike. It does look good. I love the orange and black. It kind of fits in with my my jacket, if you noticed. Okay, look, if you hear any gear changes that you don't like, oh, it's just me. It's just terrible with the clutch. I've got to go a bit slower through here. There's peoples everywhere. It's a Saturday morning. It's all your churches, Presbyterian church. Good old Domino's are set up here as well. Just have a look around. Won't spend long here because I want to get down to Nowra. Nowra's also quite pretty actually. Got a beautiful river that goes through it, and the view from the river up the top of the mountain's quite stunning. As I mentioned earlier, I took Mum and Dad here a while ago now, 4 or 5 years ago, and they just loved it. Here's the Blowhole Point. We'll take a bit of a trip up here. Even though I'm going to edit this video, I hope I'm not boring you. Leave a comment. I'd love a bit of appraisal on my... This is Kiama. We got the beach over there. I love these clouds. It's so magic. Ooh, tons of tourists here. Well, for here there is. Anyhow, there's the blowhole. Only thing is, there's no blow. There's a great big hole. I can probably take you down there and show it to you. But when she goes and the tide's probably higher, shoots up. Beautiful spot. Oh, there's the blowhole. Just down there. And when the tide's high, it shoots up here. We're about to leave Kiama now and head to Nowra, but I wanted to show you a quick view in the background, take you for a ride around. This is the lighthouse. Love lighthouses. Sky's so nice. Damn, that's so cute. Anyhow, let's have a bit of a ride around. Just got to go slowly through here. A lot of tourists around. As I said earlier, it's a really popular place. Moved it up a bit for you. If you like a good getaway weekend away from Sydney, maybe you're travelling to Sydney and you want some time out, this is where you want to come. Kiama. It's just picturesque, Australian, typical, semi, I guess, coastal town. Hardly a city, but still a beautiful place. I'm just trying to be mindful of how long this video is going to be. And I guess you can always fast forward it yourself if you get a bit bored. And like other cities around the world, I've got to be careful of the police because they are very keen. In any case, we'll shortly leave Kiama. Sorry about the head movements, they're a bit jerky, but I am trying to focus on other things other than the vlog. And I see they've got a little market today down the bottom here. That's always a nice thing to go to. But my main focus today is get to Huskisson. and get there in one piece. So this is a downtown Kiama. There's a church we passed earlier, that Presbyterian church. Well, 37 kilometres away from Nowra now. Everything's so green at the moment. Just that time of year, you know. And you can see now how different the roads are in at least in New South Wales, where I am. Of course, if you're travelling up to Northern Territory, even up in WA, West Australia, you're going to find a lot different roads. You're not going to find roads like this, and you're not going to find views like this. They're going to be completely different. And I think that's the beauty of Australian travel. I know as I get older, I want to travel more around the country, and if this motovlogging thing works out, I'm really keen to sort of take you for a ride, literally, and show you what it looks like. High wind area. Oh, that sounds promising. Hard to know what views you're actually getting because, of course, I'm using the GoPro right in front of me. But we've actually got the coast to the left, and hopefully you'll see that in a second. There's some beautiful valley views there. Kind of taking my time on this trip because I just can't be bothered going fast. But it is windy like they promised. But geez, those views are magical. Of course, we stick in the left lane here, so it's a bit slower for me. I'm letting everyone else sort of pass me. I'm not even worried. So beautiful. One of the things I'm really looking forward to in Europe is heading over to that road trip from Como up to Zurich. I'm going to go through Lucerne, and I've actually got plans for a couple of days in Lucerne. Even though I'm staying in Zurich, I'm really more interested in Lucerne and that Mount Pilaris, yeah, and certainly the Furka Pass that takes us to Lucerne through Grimsel Pass, is it? And I know there's one, the Slussen Pass, so I've been doing a little bit of reading, but sort of haven't got a firm plan as yet as to what I'll be doing. In the meantime, just taking in these views. They're really you couldn't pick a better time to come to Australia. This is taken in April, late April, and I got lucky with the weather because it's not raining, which is always a benefit, isn't it? That's one of the issues of Europe I've got to concern myself with, is move to the next lane here, is the weather. I don't expect it to be the same. And I'm kind of feeling that it's going to rain a bit, so I've got to get used to that. But this exercise of hiring a bike has been really good. I'm really loving it. I'm doing 100 kilometres at the moment. The roads in Australia tend to be up to 110. Nothing like the autobahns in Germany, of course. And I've already been told to watch out for the police in Europe, so it's not much different here, to be honest. You've got to watch out for the police here as well. Now let's go in this lane because I'm a slower rider. Now heading towards Nowra. I've just come through a town called Berry. Traffic was absolutely horrendous. Just some sort of block up I think we're about 13k short of Nowra. Nice little town though, and they it's got little valley views and things. Lots of tourist drives around here. Okay, we're heading into Nowra now. Sort of that's the river I was talking about. Have a look around, give you a bit of a squizzy. It's a common term here. Bit of a look around. Town centre, that's what we want. Sorry. There we go. Oh. But what I want to do is take you to this tourist, there's like a tourist drive that showcases up into the north how beautiful the city is. There's a bit of traffic coming today. I always love driving through country towns. Right, well, I'm definitely in the wrong spot. That's the river through there. But I'm loving the views here. So I figured I'd come for a bit of a ride. Nowra golf course. I mean, it doesn't matter, I guess, what side. Normally I'm up that side, looking down, and the views are really incredible, but I've never been to the northern side before where I am at the moment, and the views are just as incredible, really. There's a golf course. Well, if you love golf, you want a nice course, Nowra. Now you know. But me, I want to head to the water. I want to show you what I know to be absolutely beautiful. I just don't know if I can be bothered going to the other side and looking down. So this time I'm on the bottom looking up. And it looks like plenty of other people are also here. Not to mention the bugs. The Nowra Golf Club. Rightio, I think that's as good a spot as any to park. This is that river I kept telling you about in Nowra. What I really want to do is get up there, show you the views from the other side. Still very pretty. Okay, here's the Shoalhaven River in Nowra. Earlier I was on the other side, just down there, and now this beautiful gorge. It's just so deep. Yeah, don't want to get too close. But yeah, that's sweet, right? I love this spot. We're on the turn off now through Huskisson is Jervis Bay. And almost there. There we go. And this is the one I want. And this is where I'm spending the weekend. Let me open up the helmet here so you can hear as much wind as I can. Oh shit, I'm gonna drag it down a bit. This is the main road to Huskisson, and it takes us to a coastal town. In my opinion, as I said earlier, probably the nicest town in New South Wales, at least on the south coast. We also got Vincentia. It's actually got Hyams Beach here as well, and Hyams Beach is in the world is known as the whitest beach, the whitest sand, yeah, the purest sand. And I believe that even in Venice they look for this quality of level of sand to make the finest glass. Anyhow, I look forward to showing you Hyams Beach this weekend, and of course as we head down to Huskisson, I'll show you in there just a moment. Coming into Huskisson, I'll turn left here. Bateman's Bay's on the right. That's also a beautiful spot. I'm not going to get there this weekend, it's a bit far, but I am a major fan of Bateman Bay. But I'm here for Jervis Bay, Huskisson, because like I told you, it's beautiful. Anyhow, 5 kilometres, I'll get back to you. And also we're going to go to Vincentia. That's also very nice. We're in Huskisson. I'll go slowly through here and you can have a look around. Very popular tourist location. As you can see why. I'll show you around. Check out this view, by the way. So coastal. But we'll come back down here. When I get the right gear, we'll come back down here. Good diving spot, obviously. Just take you to the scenic lookout. This takes you to Vincentia, this road, which is the next town along, and well worth visiting. They have campgrounds here as well. And hotels, usually filled up, very hard to get into, particularly around this Easter period where I'm here now. But oh, let's have a look down here. I like coastal roads, so if you love the vibe, plenty of water views and kayaking, lots of water activities here, jet skiing. And they've got a ton of these little camping places, so if you love moto camping, in some cases glamping, beautiful areas to go to. Oh, wrong gear. Just trying to get to the coast here. Here we go. So that I can show you around. When I get a chance later, I'll take you around the city. Right in front of us, I know it's going to be hard for you to see, you'll see a whole lot of rock, and they do these tours here. There's tons of dolphins out there, absolutely tons, and they do these there's a rock just here, and they do these dolphin tours and seal tours, and they take you all around that, and it's really amazing view. Yeah, beautiful place. Anyhow, we'll take you to the city area, or town area, and then we'll take you to Vincentia either today or tomorrow. Okay, here's the Huskisson bakery. Left the bite there. Got a whole load of pies here. Hello. This is really one of the best bakeries, I got to tell you. This is where you want to come. Well, since the weather's so good today, I thought I'd take you to Vincentia. It's the next town after Huskisson. And by the looks of what I've seen just driving around Huskisson, I think that they're looking at building. Like, there's a whole lot of construction going on, so a lot more fancier condos or apartments, turning this little quaint little town into what potentially will be a major tourist attraction one day. So if you do have a chance, probably best to get down here before all that sort of garbage comes along. I have a habit of leaving this bloody indicator on. It's shitting me out the wall. I keep leaving it on. Anyway, this is the road to Huskisson. As you can see, it's no freeway. Very typical outback type road, 50 kilometers an hour. Thank you for visiting Huskisson. It's so pretty here. Lots of good fishing spots too. Oh, that's it. We're in Vincentia already. That's pretty quick. Probably going too fast at 60. I mean, it's practically a suburb, isn't it? From Huskisson to Vincentia. I love the name Vincentia. Sort of reminds me of Venice somehow. Oh, the views are nice. I think this is like a retirement place, because like you'd have to be a certain type of person to want to live in a town where it's, well, I don't know, I come from the city, so that's my opinion. Some people would probably die for this sort of environment, you know. For me, it's all very quaint. Oh, we'll have a look around anyhow. You might as well join me. I hope you stick around for the American series. Sorry, the European series. I haven't done the American series yet, but the European series, because I hope to do these vlogs. I can't imagine I'm going to do too much before I get back in July. There's really no opportunity. But a lot of the filming I'll do in June, and having looked at so many other YouTube videos, I'm kind of hoping that you'll like looking around the cities the way I do, and like the moto vlogs that I like. You know, I like moto vlogs where there's someone talking. I'm not into just listening to music, and I tend to like the cities as well. You know, so I'm going to show you around Zurich, and I'm going to show you around Paris. And it's the third time I've actually been to Paris now, or this will be the third time to Amsterdam. I'm not saying I'm an expert at the place, but I have a good inkling of my way around it. I certainly know my way around Paris. I've walked around that a few times. I always enjoy Paris. It's one of those places that there's never enough time to see everything. So I kind of feel like deja vu, like I've been here, up this road. I must have been up this road before. It looks very similar to a place in Sydney. I'm kind of feeling the vibe to go to the water. We should get a view of not just Vincentia, but also Huskisson. I mean, the views, I need to stop and show you, but just trying to find a great spot to show you. I mean, they're all good spots, I suppose, but I've got to get down to the coast, so I'm just going to go around the corner here and just see if I can't get to that beach I can see through the bushes. And then I'll take the GoPro off and just show you around. I think that'll be far enough down. Jervis Bay Marine Park. Alright, let's have a look around. Okay, let's have a look. Oh, that's a marine park for you. As I said, really good diving around here. I actually love scuba diving. I've got tons of videos. I've just never processed them into a video on YouTube, but one day I have some really good footage. Here you go. It's just a beautiful day. Perfect weather. And these bays are all along the coast here. This is the main digs. And nice clean water, a couple of dead fish, not good. Jeez. But this is Jervis Bay, you know, Chinese restaurant. It's got an RSL club of sorts. For those that don't know, that's like a leagues club. So if whale watching is your thing, perfect spot. A bit later in the year. This is too early. You will see dolphins though, and tons of them. There's a huge dolphin population in this area. And there's the Jervis Bay Club. It's a very touristy town, okay? Oh wow, that's interesting. Someone's what's this thing? Oh, jet ski. So it looks like a marine or police even, actually. And this will be one of those jet ski boats, I think. Spin you around. Beautiful parks. And let's see what this is. Look, 1880s, 1916 Illawarra steamships. Man, you guys picked a good day to come. That's stunning. And apart from the dive shop and the club and the beach, there's a few little quaint little shops around, like, you know, summer fashion type stuff, cafes, all this sort of stuff, and specialist shops. I love Fudge. My god, they got Fudge. Hello. They got little lotteries and everything else. It's a pretty cool, sweet little place. What you expect in a coastal town in Australia.